Welcome back, Jake.
Okay, kiddos.
How you doing?
Let's do the damn thing. Hope you got your kids and your wives and your husbands around the
family-friendly show.
around the TV, and you know, get it in. Get lit tonight, and get it in. You know,
Maybe not the kids,
really,
but yeah.
I don't care.
You don't care if they drink?
I really.
If and when I have a kid, are you gonna sneak them alcohol?
Yeah.
Not even sneak, just overtly.
Yeah.
That's
I'll be
awesome.
the first one to get them blitzed. So guys, we're going to talk about the Holosun EPS today. New offering from Holosun that's pretty interesting.
You've been talking about it for a minute, man.
Yeah,
so I'm glad to hear your videos. So you can shut up about
you know,
it.
we'll break this thing down. As we get into it, our new sponsor, Peace of Mind Guns, they carry Holosun. I know that they've got a ton of these on order.
Oh, sweet.
So I would suggest if you happen to see this video and you're like, I would like to pick one of those up, I would suggest go check Peace of Mind Guns.
Yep.
Right? Check them out. Great customer service.
Yep.
Mason over there will probably be the one taking care of you. Get your order processed. Go over there, tell him we sent you, just so he knows we're not a couple useless, lazy assholes.
Right? we're actually driving people.
Actually doing something.
Yeah, appreciate you, Mason.
Great shop, check it out. All the other Syndicate stuff we'll talk about later in the video, throw some subtitles up or something like that. So, relationship with Holosun, they did send a couple of these dots. So, yeah, the dots came from them, didn't pay for them. So,
cool.
Does that mean that I can't give you an honest review?
Some people would say yes.
Some people say yes.
But we got plenty of videos, go through the Rolodex, where we talk negatively or not favorable towards products. So,
we'll give
even for companies that we like. So,
we'll give you a fair shake either way. So let's talk about this. So the EPS is a enclosed emitter, or I don't know. I wonder if it's called closed or enclosed. I don't know.
I mean, technically,
enclosed.
Enclosed would be it because it's captured within the glass, right?
Enclosed, right? So we'll call it an enclosed emitter for this, right?
Tomato.
Versus a open emitter, right? And so this is very much kind of, it's almost like a 9mm versus 45 debate where you're like, there's two sides of this, and like no one ever comes to any resolution on it. But there is an argument: do I want a open or a closed emitter dot, right? And there are valid pros and cons. So just to kind of weigh in on this, because I don't feel passionately about it either way. Yeah, is my honest assessment, right?
What I hear from the enclosed emitter people, the hype behind it is, well, if you know you have to use your gun in a defense situation, it's raining, enclosed is going to be better. Okay. It rains.
There could be something valid there.
It rains 3 times a year in Arizona.
Yeah.
So,
look, so here's what we got, right? Con of open emitter. Emitter can get obstructed, which is what you're saying, right? Now, I think it's way less likely to get obstructed by rain, snow, atmospheric elements versus this is sitting...
the juices.
Yeah, what's sitting next to a bunch of fur here all day, right? And it's like, hey, eventually some lint and things.
Belly button hair.
Who knows where that comes from, but somehow gets in front of your emitter. You go to get in a gunfight and you're like, stupid belly button lint, right? And I would like to think you would say that in the middle of the gunfight.
As you get smoked.
Yeah, you get smoked at that point. But another con, right? Since it's one piece of glass on an open, this is on an open emitter, stuff could actually get in the glass. Like it could wind up deep in that and actually on your lens. It's like, hey, your emitter's not blocked, but your glass actually has stuff on it. Do I think it's a little goofy? Sure, but possible? Okay. Due to the con, right? Due to the shape, it's not going to be as rigid as an enclosed emitter.
What did you call it?
What?
A con?
A con, yeah.
What's that?
Like a con, like pros and cons.
Oh, I thought... sorry. I thought you said a con, like A-C-O-N-E was the word. Yeah, okay. And I was like, I've never heard that word before.
A con.
So
I'm gonna get you...
A con in the con column is what?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Do you remember Hooked on Phonics? We're going to get you a copy. We're going to get you a copy of Hooked on Phonics. You're going to learn how to read, big guy.
My bad. Sorry about that.
And speak and talk good English.
Talk good.
A con, a negative of the open emitter.
Sorry, man.
Would be because of the shape of it and it being one piece of glass, it is not technically as rigid just because, hey, it is, fucking figure it out. It's not as rigid, right? What else do you want me to say? A pro, a positive.
Okay.
Of the open emitter.
We can stop that now.
Would be the weight, which is so nominal that who gives a shit.
What is it, 2 ounces?
Oh, no less. I'll give you actual breakdowns here. I actually crunched some, I did some science on this.
Did some math?
Or I actually looked at the specs. But
some reading?
Okay. The overall size would be a little less bulky and typically it'd be a slight bit cheaper, okay? So these are some pros of an open emitter. Closed emitter. So the pro is that, hey, the emitter is not going to get obstructed. Really, neither is the interior of the glass thing. Obviously, the interior of the glass is secured, but the outside of it, whatever.
You could still get belly button lint on.
Sure, yeah, you could. Hopefully, you would just blow it off in the
or just like use your shirt and just wipe it here and there.
Yeah. A valid comment would be an overall bigger footprint, okay? So it is going to be a bigger, bulkier dot. People refer to it as like a mailbox, right? So it's like, now these are pretty streamlined, but it is an overall bigger footprint. Technically, it would weigh more, nominal in my opinion. They would be a little more pricey, which we'll get into, but you're going to wind up spending about an extra $100 is what it's going to come down to.
Which are the pros versus the cons, not Acon and Young Jeezy.
Yes.
The pros versus the cons.
Yeah, and that's a lot of where you're going to have to get on this is you're going to decide, hey, for an extra $100, do I get enough benefit to do this over like a 507, right? And that's really going to be kind of what your debate is. The EPS, so here's the deal, guys. Until now, Holosun did have an enclosed emitter pistol dot. It was called the 509T. The problem was that was not actually cut for a pistol. So basically you had to put a plate onto it, and then this thing essentially has like
clamps on the side.
Yeah, that enclamps under the plate. More like a red dot would be on a rifle.
Or
something. On a pick rail.
Yeah, on a pick rail.
Yeah. It'd be more closer to that. So it was a pistol dot, but it really wasn't. It was better as like an offset red dot or something like that, or subgun red dot. It shined in that role. But on a pistol, it was a little on the clunky side in my opinion. Okay, so they've got two models of the EPS. They have the standard EPS, they have the EPS carry. This on my Nighthawk Treasurer is the EPS carry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the EPS carry, and it's going to be ever so slightly smaller.
Oh, look, belly button lint on there.
Yeah, shit happens, dog. And you just wipe it off, right?
Good to go.
So here's the deal. So you have red and green dot options. So if you have a real preference, cool, you can do that. To be perfectly honest, don't give a shit. When people are like red or green, I'm like, I don't care. I see an illuminated thing that looks like a star, stigmatism, and I see it. I don't care if it's red or green.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I just don't care. It could be gold. They did a couple gold ones on.
That you said you liked.
Oh, dude, I fucking loved it. Yeah. I wish they would bring the gold dot to the market.
I prefer red.
Yeah. 2 MOA and 6 MOA dots. This is 2 MOA for me. 6 MOA would be fine, real close range, but man, that dot's gonna get pretty fat on a target that's getting towards any distance.
Yeah.
Which on a CCW gun, is it a big deal? I don't know. You could debate it either way. I don't really have a preference, but I have a preference. I like 2 MOA dots. They've got multiple reticle options and solar options. So they do have this exact same thing, but with multiple reticles and or solar. Mine's basically the streamlined one.
Yeah.
Like there's no multiple reticles. It's a 2 MOA dot. There's no solar. It's like, I just want a red dot. All I need.
Yeah.
I found myself on the multiple reticles. I never actually used the other reticles.
No. I lock it in for the brightness that I want that's in good time or daytime, nighttime.
Yeah. Just leave it there.
I don't need the solar. I'll replace the battery when it dies.
Yeah.
And I replace the batteries every year on wind.
Yeah. Your birthday, like
Boom.
Something.
Like a solid human being.
Yeah.
Laugh, you bitch.
That's what he does on his birthday, everyone.
It's a great day to replace all your batteries,
He
man.
replaces batteries. You could set an alarm for every March 15th.
Yeah, but why not just do it on your birthday?
Because I got fun shit to do on my birthday.
Shooting's not fun on your birthday?
You're not shooting, you're replacing batteries.
I replace them all, then I go confirm zeros.
Fucking nerd. That's nerd shit,
It's a great day. Buster, you'd like to do that.
Horrible.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, see, he would enjoy it.
He's just trying to make you feel
Crispy,
better.
would you?
Give me a call on my birthday.
Not.
You motherfucker.
I want to have a whiskey. I want to.
We can do that after we secure the optics.
Fucking
go ahead.
Horseshit, man.
Hey, it's my birthday, not yours. Why do you get so mad?
Because I control your life.
All of us are laughing.
I'm in charge.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now.
This went off the rails. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry everyone. These
Go
are how,
ahead.
if you're new to the channel, this is how it goes around here. So the primary difference in the EPS and the EPS carry. So the EPS, the standard EPS, is slightly bigger, and it's really designed for full-size pistol versus the carry being for carry guns. Figure it the fuck out is what the name implies. Not that rocket science. They both have a Holosun K footprint, which is also compatible with the Shield footprints.
Okay.
The Shield thing's a little confusing to me, but I think there's a universal, like this is the Shield footprint, because they have the RMS, then RMSC, and they have different models. I think it's all the same footprint. I'm not positive on that.
No. Shield's smaller than an RMR.
Yes.
But an RMR CC, the concealed carry one, is the same as the Shield.
Well, I thought the RMR CC was a proprietary footprint.
But I thought that proprietary was part of the Shield footprint.
I don't think so.
Oh,
you might be. No, you might be right,
guys.
You might be right. I'm not positive on that. I don't run RMRCs.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like I like this.
I know what I know.
Here was the first thing that I asked Holosun, and even though I was pretty sure I knew the answer, I'm like, look, my only gripe, and it's not really a gripe, but if I had my way, is I would love to just have this with an RMR footprint, so I don't have to use the little adapter plate that's on that. Because you'll notice there's a very thin adapter plate that's actually mounted to the gun itself.
iOS adapter plate optic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So you stack a few things, and it would be great if this was cut for an RMR. The reality is, they're like, you can't on a closed emitter. You can't.
Okay.
It's the footprint and the shape of the thing does not allow for an RMR footprint. So you have to cut it for that. That's why. So if you're ever like, man, I'm going to wait till they come out with the RMR footprint. No, you're not. Okay, because they're not going to, because it can't be done, right? Same thing with like the, other closed emitters, Acro, whatever. It's like, yeah, it has to be cut for what it is, because it's just the shape of it. So just to alleviate that question there. But the EPS comes with a plate to mount it to RMR cut guns. The EPS carry comes with a plate to mount it to RMSC guns, which is what that is, right?
Cool.
So there you go.
Good job, Holosun.
Let's talk size weight here, just to kind of put things in perspective. The EPS, which is the full size one, is 1.4 ounces. The EPS carry is 1.23 ounces.
Okay.
So very minimal weight difference, right? By comparison, the 509, which is kind of that like more of the offset one that I'm talking about, like the first gen, is 1.72 ounces. So it is going to be a little bit heavier. To the point where you're going to notice it? Nah, not going to notice. You're not going to notice half an ounce. Or whatever, yeah, half an ounce, like you're not gonna notice that. Like absolutely not. Actually less than half.
Someone in the
half an ounce.
comments, I will. No, you won't.
Now, we can maybe put up a chart here to type out what I'm about to say so that you guys can see the breakdown on the different window sizes, just so you can figure out, because on a carry red dot, that would be the question is like, is the window getting so tight that it's just gonna be tough to pick up the
I can see the
dot.
argument for that.
Okay, so the window size in the standard EPS is 0.63 by 0.91.
Okay.
Okay, we'll flash up a chart here. I'm gonna make your life difficult. You gotta make a graphic for a chart now. The EPS carry, the window is 0.58 by 0.77. So marginally smaller, right? From 0.63 to 0.58 and from 0.91 to 0.77.
Okay.
So, right, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller. I have had no issue picking up the dot on that due to it being too small.
No.
Not an issue. As long as you're using proper technique, you should be good to go.
Good presentation, know your fundamentals, good to go.
Yeah, look through the optic. Don't try to find the dot. Look through the optic and it should kind of magically appear. The 509 by comparison is 0.66 by 0.9. So it is a bit bigger. Yeah, it's almost identical actually to the standard EPS. Now, price. They range from about $390 to $500. Enclosed emitters are going to be a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
there's going to be a little bit more.
There's more that goes into it.
Yes,
so
more that goes into it.
Yeah.
So that's based on models and feature. One thing that I have noticed that I really like is that the window, the deck of the window, if you will, like the floor of the window sits very low.
Huh, good observation, because it does.
Think about this.
Yeah.
These aren't suppressor height sights.
Huh, good observation.
I'll pick up the irons in the bottom of that window.
Yeah.
They're not suppressor height sights, and they still index.
Yeah.
So point being, it's really nice that you could still have backup irons co-witnessing in your window, but they don't have to be the goofy tall suppressor sights.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that's very nice.
Really, really nice feature.
Makes
on
it
that.
clean. It'll just keep your gun looking a little cleaner.
Yeah, super happy with that. And my strategy also worked because you're now holding the gun again.
I'm tired of holding the gun.
It's a lot of work there, big guy. The deck sits much lower than the 509. So for those of you wondering, yes, this is definitely a better actual pistol dot than the 509. In my opinion, the 50,000 hour battery life, look, that completely depends on what setting the optic's on. If we're all gonna start being honest with each other, look, your 50,000 like 5-year runtime or whatever, but it's on setting 4 out of 10, it's like, you know, we should all just start saying, hey, the setting you would carry it at, here's what the battery
You're good to go.
is. I wish we could all start doing that, but the industry has seemed to say, nope, we're sticking to our 50,000 hours because it sounds good. It's good marketing material. The battery life's going to be fantastic on that. It's just you're going to have to crank it up so that your battery life is going to fade over time. It is waterproof. This is aluminum housing versus the 509 has titanium housing. Yeah, you can make an argument for that.
Sure.
Do I really care? Not unless I'm taking that thing and I'm just slamming it on the deck all the time.
Which I'm not, so.
I'm not yet.
I
unless
watch Aaron Cowan for that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I tune into Cowan if you want that. 8 daylight settings, 2 night vision, and going all that kind of shit. About my only other complaint I could tell you is the adjustments are 1.5 MOA clicks. I wish they were 1.
I'd like a little bit cleaner clicks.
Now, if you think about this, right? So 1.5 MOA is 1.5 inches at 100 yards.
Correct.
Now this is a pistol dot, right? So I'm zeroing this at the most at 25 yards. So basically it's 25% of 1.5, I think it's 0.375. So each click, if you're doing a 25 yard zero, would be
But you do
about
10.
1/3 of an inch.
Don't you do 10 on these though?
10 what?
10 yards?
I do 10 yards. I'm saying worst case scenario, if you're doing
I
a
see.
25 yard zero, each
Gotcha.
click is about 1/3 of an inch.
I understand now.
So it's like, even though 1.5 MOA clicks sounds like, dude, those are big adjustments, at 25 yards, it's about 1/3 of an inch per click. So it's like pretty precise.
Okay.
Would I like to see 1 MOA? Sure. Does it matter? Not really.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. right?
We're splitting hairs at that point.
Yeah, but I'm like, that would be a criticism. So I'm just addressing my thoughts on that
Be your
criticism.
ACON on that?
That'd be my ACON, yes. Final thoughts. So what does it really come down to? So the equivalent Model 507, okay? So basically all the same features, but open versus closed emitter is gonna be about $100 cheaper.
Okay.
So what's the debate people really gotta ask themselves is, am I willing to spend an extra $100 for the added benefit of a closed emitter?
That's up to you.
Shit, dog.
Damn, bro, it's like we're married.
Shit's getting good around here.
That was a little strange.
Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I mean,
That's weird. It's like twin shit where like,
Yeah.
like I have
dude,
a footache
we both
and
went
you
like
have one.
this
Yeah.
and said it.
That
That
was
wasn't
funny.
scripted. That was good.
And also adorable.
Yeah.
Adorable.
we're married,
Like,
so.
I mean, come on, everyone.
Work wife over here.
Yeah, so I think that's what it comes down to. Like, do you care about the extra $100? If you're like, hey, I'm on a budget, cool, get a 507. If
Yeah.
you're like, I don't care about the extra $100, I'd spend the extra $100 and get the EPS. That'd be my
Sure.
take on it.
Sure.
Because I quite like that. And again, this is my personal carry gun that was like bought and paid for. And you will notice, one, very Gucci gun, right? Very expensive carry gun. And it's like, I chose to put an EPS on it. So it's like, like, look, this is a conscious decision I'm making. That is a dot that I really, really like on a carry gun, okay? Last thing, and then we'll wrap it up. Some people, no doubt in the comments, they didn't get this far into the video, but they already commented. I can go ahead and take over that
My
bad
hands are
boy.
tired. I think I know what you're gonna say. Let me see if I'm reading your mind.
Uh-huh.
The China comment.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, because you know what's happening in the
Yes.
comments.
Yeah. Don't support China while they do it on their Apple products, their Samsung products.
Yeah, you're typing that comment.
all
on
the
a
products that are made
Chinese
in
product.
China.
Here would be my argument. Guys, I love to support American businesses.
100%.
If some American company in the optics space would try, I'd probably buy something.
Yeah.
No one's trying. No one's trying. Hollison's the only one actually trying anything.
Yep.
So like someone else.
Hold
could-
on. American company that the product is good.
Yes, sure. I'm sure there's
Okay.
bullshit
With a little
ones.
caveat there.
Yeah, like a legit American-made pistol red dot, I'd probably buy it. Problem is, ain't no one doing it.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm buying the best thing that I think is currently out there, and hate to say it, guys, like, look, we're not paid by Holosun. Like, straight up. Like, yeah, like they're pretty nice about if I need a dot for something,
sure.
like they'll help us on product, but it's like, we're not paid by them. It's
No.
like I've got no vested interest in this. Like, I buy the shit because I think it's good. You
Yeah.
know, like,
I've also, the caveat too to that is I've heard this working in the industry. The material that it takes to make red dots is mined in one country. This is red dots all across the board. And that one country is China. So, because that chemical is illegal to mine here. So
China don't give a fuck.
China doesn't give a fuck. So if you guys want to split hairs technically, if that is true, all red dots
Right.
have ties to China.
Yeah.
Okay?
I just don't get on my high horse about it. I'm just like, dude, buy what you want to buy. I think they make good stuff, and I get it. It's the bottom line. And I guess to wrap it up, I would
Yeah.
tell you this. Look, if you're going to carry a gun, whether you're going to carry a Nighthawk Treasure or
like a P30?
an EPS or a P30, if you're going to carry something, we work with a company called Firearms Legal Protection, and they're going to get you that insurance, guys, to get you covered, okay?
Yeah.
I know so many people are making fun of us
So pissed.
for doing this, but it's like, look, guys, one, we are going to rep products and services that we think are good.
Sure.
Right? They're supporting our channel, and we're supporting their service, and it's a damn good service.
After doing the research on firearms concealed carry insurance,
Good service,
I
man.
will say it's the best one.
We're never going to bring you guys some BS. If we ever tell you guys, like, look, here's a company that we like, and they're cool dudes, and they carry guns. One of them just bought a P30 to carry. It's like, they're gun dudes. They're like you.
Yeah.
And they got a good service.
Yep.
And you can use the code just 1911, just the number 1911. We'll also have a link to their site below. But it'll save you it's like 30, 35%, something like that
great saving.
off their services. Really good stuff. Check it out. We'll end the sales pitch there. You guys get the idea. But EPS, it's a winner. Very, very good product. Highly suggest you check it out. Mason over at Peace of Mind Guns hopefully has some in stock around the time that this comes out. So
hopefully.
check that out first. And I guess we'll see everyone next time.
That's it.
Cool.
Let's go.
Money.
Thanks, guys.